Grand Rising. This is Urban Team tapping in.
And Noah, bring you the info.
Up, my nationers, my family, let's get to this topic and this article. What's been going on in the world recently? I don't know if you knew. The U.S. Congress has brought the U.S. Department of Defense to talk about strict classified files on UFOs. Woo! Every time you talk about UFOs, or they call them UAPs now. UAPs. Let me get the definition. The UAPs is called they call them unidentified anomalous phenomena. So pretty much it ain't UFOs anymore because the stigma it's been so bad in our culture with the stigma that they had to change it and sound more professional, more, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they brought me in Congress to talk. It was Wednesday. When was this? It was Wednesday 13th, November 13th, Wednesday. They brought them in there to talk. Brought different guys, the ones that was in charge, the newer men that were in charge of the pretty much they brought in to talk about everything that's going on. So it's official, y'all. There's something out there. They don't know what it is, and 'cause our imagination sometimes runs wild. So we be thinking like aliens and green guys and Mars attacks. Like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. But they didn't see no aliens like that, as far as they said. But they did say that there was ships or some kind of vehicles that just fly past and do all kind of crazy stuff. And this is military people, y'all. This is military men, Air Force. They're giving their documentation. Some of them who've seen stuff like that didn't even, come out, because they're still scared to say something. But the video, I'm going to play a little bit of the video. I know I've been talking for a while, but I'm going to break down, I'm going to show the video a little bit so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to turn on right now so you can actually, hear what they got to say. So I'm going to turn on now. Magic.
Garcia and members of the committee. It is my honor and privilege to testify before you on the issue of unidentified anomalous phenomena.
This guy, this first guy right here,
on behalf of our brave men and women,
I seen him in another podcaster,
as well as my fellow Americans who have awaited
show
this day
talking. He was the head
on this important matter
of the U.S. Defense. He was dealing with 9/11 at the time and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
not made by our
this is, like I said, it's deep.
Or any other government, are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives and oversight bodies.
Just wanted to let you see this.
For many years, I was entrusted with protecting some of our nation's most sensitive programs. In my last position, I managed a special access program on behalf of the White House and the National Security Council. As such, I appreciate the need to protect certain sensitive intelligence and military information.
We'll talk.
I consider my oath
I'm not going to show everything. I'm just going to show him
as sacred,
and I might pop up another video later. The other guys talking.
With that said, I also understand the consequences of excessive secrecy and stovepiping. Nowhere was this more apparent than in the aftermath of 9/11, which many of us remember all too well.
I'm gonna stop right there.
That America's greatness depends on three elements.
This is real, y'all. This ain't no fantasy. This ain't, they just coming up with imagination. This is real. They did research on this stuff. And this is not just the U.S. government. This is the Russian government. They all have their own thing. They're just not saying nothing. It's time. Like, think about it this way. When in a decade, when have you ever, in years, will ever hear them come out and say anything about aliens at all? And I remember NASA, they brought a lot of religious groups to talk about aliens, and that was weird too. So that was a weird thing. Like, when NASA bringing people to talk about, and even religious groups don't talk about this stuff. So it's like I said, it's going to happen. They trying to weasel now. They trying to be honest with people now. They still probably cover. Don't get me wrong. They still our government. They still probably covering up a lot of stuff that we don't know. They probably do have bodies. They might have bodies. Right now, that's probably the only information they could give right now is just this craft. There's actually video out there of these crafts flying. If you can see them, you can just check them out yourself. and I've seen a couple of them, and it's nuts. The stuff that they could do, fly underwater, go different, like I don't know, I wouldn't call it teleportation, but something like that. Like they go from one place to another, like you know what I'm saying. So it's amazing the stuff that they could do, and this is nothing to be scared about. They don't have no control. They don't have no control over this stuff. They know they see it on their satellite. They see this on certain things and planes and stuff like that, but they don't have no control over this. If the aliens want to blow something up, they could do it, and they ain't got no power over it. But this is just keep your eyes open and you know, be aware of things, man. You know, this don't affect us. I know some people are like, what's this matter? Like, this don't affect us at all right now in our little lives at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just be aware of things, man. Just be aware. Know that there's more out there than just us. We ain't the only ones. We not that special, y'all. There's billions of galaxies and all kind of stuff out there. We just a little speck of sand, a little dirt, a little piece of sand, man. There's more out there, and they've been here, probably been here for years. You know, scoping us out. You know, and of course going back to other things with people getting abducted, and you know you might hear other crazy things. So I'm not gonna go into that stuff, but I'm just gonna talk about the stuff that they talking about right now. This stuff is official. This stuff is official. So listen to them. Go check it out yourself. Watch the whole thing if you want to. I'm gonna pop up the other video so you can see it. You know, I'm gonna do it right now. Give me a second.
Information that UAPs are real came to me in January of 2015 when I was serving as the commander of the Navy Meteorology and Oceanography Command. At the time, my personnel were participating in a pre-deployment naval exercise off the U.S. East Coast. It included the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group, and this exercise was overseen by the United States Fleet Forces Command, led by a four-star admiral who at the time was also my superior officer. During this exercise, I received an email on Navy's secure network from the operations officer of U.S. Fleet Forces Command. The email was addressed to all the subordinate commanders, and the subject line read in all capital letters, "Urgent Safety of Flight Issue." The text of the email was brief but alarming, with words to the effect, "If any of you know what these are, tell me ASAP. We are having multiple near mid-air collisions, and if we do not resolve this soon, we are going to have to shut down the exercise."
I know all the
attached to the email is what is now known as the Go Fast video, captured on the forward-looking infrared sensor of one of the Navy F-A-18 aircraft participating in the exercise. The now declassified video showed an unidentified object exhibiting flight and structural characteristics unlike anything in our arsenal. The implication of the email was clear. The author was asking whether any of the recipients were aware of classified technology demonstrations that could explain these objects.
I ain't gonna play too long.
Because the DoD policy is to rigorously deconflict such demonstrations with live exercises, I was confident this was not the case. The very next day, that email disappeared from my account and those of the other recipients without explanation. Moreover, the commander of Fleet Forces Command and the operations officer
of it, and for the government to, and I don't know if you know, but there have been more sightings recently. There's been. I told you I did an article on the Vegas family. They seen two tall creatures in their backyard. They seen lights coming down. Then they seen tall creatures. They didn't say aliens. They said creatures. They said something came down and was running in their backyard. And they called the police. You know, so check out my video from that too. And they called the police, and the police were scared. They came back there, they had the guns ready. You can see the camera. They had camera footage too. So this has been happening. There was another incident, I think at a mall or some kind of event. And there was something running amok, and they had the police blocked off. So there's been, you know, I think what was it? Not the Amazon, but I forgot what country this was. But there was flying, these creatures with flying jetpacks, all kind of. So there's a lot of things been going on out in the world, man. And it's getting more realer. So be aware and just be aware, be prepared, be prepared, man. Because this world about to change. It's about to change. It's already changing now. The whole political thing with Trump and they dealing with this stuff, and you know, so there's a lot more of that stuff going on with this. So be aware, man. Be survival. It's always about survival. It's third party. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out of here.